In this video, we'll answer the question, how in the world do you go from a huge house to an RV with 8 people and a dog? So what we realized is that it was a stepping up process. We did start it early. I think we could have started even earlier. There's a number of things that we end up wanting to sell on Craigslist or yard sale or something like that. We wanted to get money for, and we weren't able to do it because we just ran out of time.
Well, I think, can I interject there? I think too, we realized that the more we got to the end, that a lot, and especially after the fact, that really like, as much as you can emotionally just let go, a lot of times it makes you feel better to get value from it. Like it helps you let go of something if you feel like you can get money from it, because, you know, it's almost more your emotional attachment to it than really the value of it, but it makes you feel better. And I think that's okay, especially if you have time to allow yourself that process and, you know, try to get money from it. If not, then my second thing I tried to do is like give it to a friend or a loved one, because then I felt like I was giving it to somebody I knew. It's me trying to like emotionally be connected to that item in a way that it's kind of silly, but it is what we do, and it did help me get rid of it. But in the end, the more we could just move it along, you know, just drop it all off at charity, or one of the really good things we did at the end is we started putting things, like good things, out at the end of our road, and people would just take it, right? I mean, we didn't even put a sign on it, but if you just put a bunch of stuff at the end of the road, maybe it would be better to put a sign, end of the driveway, that was a great way to quickly just move things along that we didn't even have time to even like load it up and bring it to charity.
So you don't have a trailer, you don't want to get rid of bulk.
There's a lot of big furniture we did that way.
Yeah. So I think one of the other big questions with this is, how do you decide what to keep or not to keep, right? So with the kids, we have 6 kids, and we did involve them in the process. We tried to involve them as much as we could, because we realized it was an emotional process for us. And actually in the process, I think a couple of our kids were pretty emotionally attached to some stuff, but for the most part, it wasn't that big of a deal. They were more excited about getting on the RV than keeping a lot of stuff that they don't play with very often. Yeah,
I think they have to see the big vision, and we really tried to like include them and show them what we were doing this for and why, like what was our purpose. And when they believed and they bought into that purpose too, they were excited about getting rid of stuff. I would give stuff like, here, you each get this size box, and I would give them a box. These are the things we have room for at the end of your bed that's going to be in the bus. So you know, what do you want? What can you fit in here? And they kind of love that, having like a set size they could go and put things in. And they did that for a long time, just having fun putting things and taking them out. And they kind of got into it, really, actually. I didn't do we didn't force. We tried to be kind of chill with it and just get them excited, mostly.
Yeah. So the other things we did is we took things to Goodwill, to thrift stores in general. We did contact one consignment lady too. That's another thing. We've heard of people doing like an auction house, coming and clearing out things. We didn't end up doing that. I wonder if that would have been a big help. The dump. So I'll tell you what, we were surprised at how much people were willing to help. And in that process,
I put a shout out to all of our religious community, and also we homeschool, so homeschooling community, you know, through Facebook and the different social medias you have, and just said what we were doing, and people really got excited and wanted to help. And so
especially as this was like a dream building thing. It wasn't just a move. It was also like, we're trying to fulfill this dream. So one of the things we would do is we would assign people to take things to the dump.
So we did rooms. I think that goes, I had a room of the house that this is the stuff I'm trying to sell. So I put sell on the door there. This room is the stuff we're we might want to put in storage, you know, it was a little 10 by 10 space. I said, okay, I might want to put this much in storage. And then this is the stuff putting on the bus. And then out by out in our yard, we had an area that we had the dump stuff. And we kept putting things in that dump area. And some people didn't have a lot of time to come and help us for hours, but they could run in with their trailer, or they had a pickup truck, and they would just take a load.
And we could tell them if it's on that pile, it's going to the dump.
Oh, we had a free pile room too that was all free stuff. And first, what we let our friends, again, this was an emotional thing. It made me feel better. Instead of taking it straight to charity, I wanted all my friends and loved ones to come look and see if there's anything they wanted first, because that made me feel better to get rid of it that way. And then they would take big loads to the charity, local charity for us.
Yeah, we tried to do a garage sale. That was a big fail for us.
So not worth the time.
It wasn't worth the time, labeling things, organizing things. I think it was for us.
Yes.
I think now we would have just had gotten rid of that stuff in one of these other ways. We've done garage sales before, and that's fine. But for this effort, it wasn't worthwhile. Something else that we did, we kept all of our storage containers in a pile by itself.
So as I'm cleaning through the house, one area that I said is this is the storage container. So I'm cleaning through the bathroom closet. There was like the little storage, the little zipper bags and stuff in the bathroom closet. Or I'm cleaning through other rooms and there's big Rubbermaid totes. But anything that could be a storage container, we kept in one section. And that was really, really handy because at the end, we now saw the stuff that we wanted to keep in the bus. Okay, here's the stuff we want in the bus. Now I need to have that organized. And I'm not really an organized kind of person at all.
Yeah.
But what I found that's kind of fun is because we have a small space and we've chosen to keep just the things we really use or that we really love instead of having like all this extra stuff, it's kind of more fun to organize it and feels like something I can wrap my head around. I'm still not really into organizing, to be honest.
Plus that stuff is fairly expensive brand new. If you add up like 40 boxes or something, it's fairly expensive. So it was nice to have varying containers, varying sizes. And at the end, once we got into the RV, there were ones that we just got rid of, threw away, or gave away.
That was funny. It was such an emotional process to purge so much of our possessions that we got rid of everything we thought we needed. And then this was especially me. I still thought I wanted all this stuff on the bus. Maybe we can get a picture somewhere. The stuff I thought I would like to at least see if it would fit on the bus. And a lot of that still didn't end up fitting on the bus, but it still helped me to try just to see it in the bus and see that really it doesn't fit or I really
so our process, this is another interesting event for us. So we did all this purging, we got the job offer, and then we didn't have the RV until 4 days before we left, or 5 days.
It was 4 days.
4 days before we left. I had to drive all the way to California. It actually worked out great. Other than we only had 4 days,
and that was,
really intense.
Not just get everything into the bus, but there was lots of.
It was finishing the purge and getting out of the rental,
and have it all clean.
And the RV couldn't be on our property because of the cedar line driveway. We couldn't get it in, so it had to be down the road. Which actually a local pastor let us park at the church, which actually was a huge help. It could have been really far away. But it's still
even then, we did a lot of construction on the bus. There was things that we had to actually. It wasn't just put your stuff in the bus. It was we had to build a bunch of stuff and to get the bus ready for us.
So in this purging process, Hannah was just referring to, we took a bunch of stuff over to the bus and had it outside of the bus. And then we had to figure out where is this stuff going and how does it relate to the stuff that we're doing construction inside the bus. We're not talking about full conversion. We're just talking adding cabinetries and cabinets we had from the house. We're adding it to the bus right away. Our dear friend Tashiana, who is amazing, did her stuff. We'll talk about that later. That's more on how to organize the RV or the bus.
We had lots of friends.
We had tons and tons and tons of help.
Help us so much.
Yeah.
There's no way we would have been.
But this purging process, we had it all out there, and we're looking at it, and we're like, we got 10 gallons of paint to get in this 5-gallon bucket. But that was our final kind of purging process.
Wait, one thing
that was the final purging process before we got on the bus. And then since then, we've continued to purge. It is hard when you don't know what the lifestyle is. We kind of filled all of our luggage bays full, super full. But since then, we've been living in the bus for a while, and Hannah's been doing a great job of purging and keep purging things that we haven't used for 2 or 3 months and don't really need in this situation.
This is going to be like an ongoing process. But so we've been already full-timing for 6 months, and there has been a lot we've been able to let go even since being on the bus, and that's what you're saying. We jigsawed it all in to fit as much as we could, and then more and more we're like, okay, we really aren't using that. But I still have things I can let go, I'm sure.
Sure.
And it'll be a process, but it's a good process. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you want to, you skipped about the Google Drive.
Oh yeah, so one last item.
That's only if you have time. That was back when you have it. Not in 4 days, but.
Right, so one other way, so I had a bunch of paperwork. I had a bunch
Paperwork is the worst.
Paperwork is the worst.
Like bits of paper that seem kind of important, but you can't keep all that. But
I had a bunch of memorabilia. I had a bunch of old souvenirs and old things from when I was a missionary for my church. And
what's a coat? The Letterman jacket.
Letterman jacket from high school.
So things that you kind of want, or at least something of them, but you really aren't going to keep trunks and trunks of all that stuff. So we can use the technology. You can take pictures of all that stuff.
So stop and think. Do you have boxes right now that say memorabilia or I'm gonna scrapbook it one day, or old notes too, like old notes from certain classes and certain mentors that I have. Like, I love them. Some of the notes, I mean, they were fun to get rid of, but some of them I want to keep. So what I did is I found an app on my phone that could scan to PDF, and then it could also link directly to my Google Drive. So I have a Gmail or a Google email, and it links directly to my Google Drive. I could organize folders, like create folders. I couldn't move them around, but I could organize or create new folders as I was scanning things, and I could scan these documents straight into Google Drive. And it took a ton of time. It was easier than a lot of other ways to do it. I had this one tote that was probably 3.5 foot long. It took hours and hours and hours.
Like scanning each little piece of paper.
Basically what we do is, as we're sitting around and doing things, I would just sit there and be scanning. Going one thing to the next. I was able to get rid of all that stuff, even memorabilia, little ticket stubs or my Letterman jacket. I did take the opportunity to tell some of the stories around some of those things to my children as I showed them, but then I was toss them after I took a picture. You can even hear the emotion a little bit right now. It's a little bit hard to get rid of that stuff, but it did help to have that all scanned in. So I think that was a great option, as long as you think way ahead about those particular boxes and those particular things. Actually, I will say, we'll do an update video another time, but I do have one partial box left that I didn't finish, that I still need to finish on that. And I have a couple other projects I still need to finish on purging.
That's still on the bus, because
It's small amounts compared to the overall purge. I mean, we got rid of 93%. I think that's kind of the numbers we ran. But
we still have work to do.
There's still
it's a process.
More phases to come. So feel free to make comments and ask questions about purging or about anything about our RV lifestyle and our dreams of living on a sailboat. And we'd love to hear what those questions are. Please make comments about the purging. If you have ideas, if you've done this too, feel free to make comments and help with that conversation and help people that are trying to make the same transition. Like the video if it was helpful to you. Feel free to like the video. Subscribe to our channel. We're going to do lots more videos, and you can follow our journey as we go from place to place. We're in Minnesota right now. This is our first stop. We have another stop coming up pretty soon. So we'll be revealing the different places we go and all the different things we do in these places. So please give us a like, and please subscribe, and please comment below.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Talk to us, because we want to.
All right, so I was all right. Not as fun of a setting.
Oh, fluorescent lights. Oh. That's okay. I good. Oh, it's not good.
Did I run out of space?